everyone, it's Leon. As you know, today I have a slightly different idea to talk about, kind of just pouring out my thoughts while I have whatever game I've decided to play in the background. With all the new things such as Fortnite, Metal Gear Survive, what's the other one called? PUBG, I love that one though, PUBG, even Ark Survive to some extent. There's really a Battle Royale genre going on, and I think it's a great idea. However, there's one title that I think would do great in a Battle Royale survival type scenario that hasn't been done yet, and that is Halo. Yes, Halo guys, Halo would do great. I had a name for it recently that I was talking about on Twitch, and I can't remember. What it was about. It was something along the guidelines of like a Halo initiating or Halo Spartan training program is what I called it. I know how dumb that sounds. Halo Spartan training program. HSTP. Yeah. Esp. Yeah, that's what we're gonna go with. Esp. Anyway, Esp, as one can continue to call it, or HCSP, would pretty much be just like your PUBGs, your Fortnite, except for team. Instead of this still have the free-for-all element, but have the main big part of the game being a really very team-based ideal. Simply putting it, okay, you got red versus blue, or you got red versus blue versus yellow versus green. Let's go with that, okay? Between 2 to 4 teams, 100 players, 50 on each side, or 25 on each side, all converging to the same location, all converging to do the same thing with different things, different outposts. You have certain ideals and things you have to do. You have a base, you have an objective. Everyone would pretty much be running towards the objective, but at the same time, you'd have to fall back though. There would be maybe in the first 10 minutes of gameplay, everyone's in the middle, everyone's fighting, everyone's shooting or whatever, trying to get the kills and stuff, but there's also going to be maybe not a kill streak, I'm gonna say a kill streak though, but an inverse kill streak. If you're winning, and you're doing pretty good, well, it's possible you could die. But in this team type matches, there is respawn. Respawn is a thing. Your main objective is to either get the most kills within, I'll say, 30 minutes, or you can destroy the opponent's base. Those are your objectives. You have 30-minute gameplay. It's a set time. People can, you don't want to jump in, jump out, but if you do lose a team member because somebody jumps out, someone can jump in mid-game. They kind of fix all that and keep that stuff together. It's a rough idea. Bear with me, okay? So, first I'll say 10 minutes, first couple 5 minutes, maybe we'll just first minute, 2 minute, sit down, get your stuff, load out, find this, look around the base, gather what you can. UNSC forces, against UNSC forces, with maybe some Covenant put in there, some other things. Have some environmental things, and actually make it that you have to do things. Kind of like territories, make it that you have to do these objectives. You want siege tanks, that's StarCraft. You want Scorpion tanks, or you want Mantis, or you want Hornets, or whatever. You want these things. And maybe there's a few that you can get. And I say a few for a reason. Of course, with some debuffs on some of their attacks and some cooldowns, make it fair. You go, let's say you're playing, it's 50 on 50, and 5 of you guys go out to get the Hornets, there's only I'm gonna just say there's maybe, we'll say 5 Hornets, okay? 5 Hornets max, okay? But they're not all at that one base. There's 2 here, 2 for the opponent, maybe 1 random one somewhere. So 5 Hornets per the whole entire map. 2 Scorpion tanks for the whole map. Maybe we'll say maybe 2 Mantis, maybe 3 Mantis for the whole map. Some Warthogs, a neat decent amount of them. And everybody just runs into the middle and they fight. And let's say the red team's losing. A lot of them are dying, so they're respawning back at the main base. But you don't have to respawn at the main base if you have the outpost. So you have an outpost halfway between your main base and the middle point, and you respawn there. But if you've lost that base, you go back to the outpost. It's almost kind of like Star Wars Battlefront 2 in a way. I haven't played Battlefront, the most recent one, so I can't talk about that one. But it's kind of like Star Wars Battlefront 2 in a sense where you have these outposts and these command posts and whatever that you capture, and if you capture, you can continue to put people out. You can never take the base, though. You have to destroy the base. So, long story short, I know it's a little long-winded idea, but I'm pretty confident in this actually talking about it. You got red versus blue fighting. First 10 minutes, you're fighting. Let's say like halfway through, you're through that point. Oh, you're winning. Red's winning by, we'll say, a substantial amount. We'll say you're winning by like 100 kills, and the other team's at like, 50. Let's 50 kill win, whatever. Let's just say the red team's winning. And I love red, but let's say red's winning. Blue now has, because they're losing, they can impose some countermeasures, some measures with some things, some abilities that they have, because they've either picked up certain things early on in the game or they secured certain things, and all because of that, they have a few more choices. They can drop in some Marines, yes, some AI controlled Marines, different variants, variants from Halo 1, 2, and 3. I'm not going too far than that. They can get some other type of resources, maybe they can get some Prometheans on their side or something, some type of things, maybe some Pelicans come in, a Pelican run, and the Pelican only lasts, I'll say 30 seconds. Maybe 15 seconds. Nothing too long, okay? And that's enough to push them back. Or maybe they do a bombing run where it bombs half the field. And, you may get caught in that blast. You might. And, you get caught in that blast, you're going to respawn. Well, that gives the blue team a chance to push forward and hopefully they can break it. However, after that mid-break point, we'll say the 15-minute mark, the middle is no longer important. It's pretty much get to the other side of the map, kill them, destroy the base. That's pretty much what you do. And there's some flaws in it. I know there's flaws in it. I mean, you could make it that there's no respawn. I'm putting respawn in it to make it more excitable. But, you'd really have to make a community. I think the Halo community is something that's big enough to get behind this ideal and truly do it. And HSTP could be a thing. Halo Spartan training program could be a thing because there's so much possibility. It would have to be on a PC though. It could be cross-platform, but it have to be on PC. They'd have to be making new content, and you could honestly start producing more stuff constantly for this game. You can continually do things from weapons to vehicles to skins, and keep putting new things in the game every so often. And you got some very good ideas, honestly. I mean, you could really do some great work with this ideal. It's not terrible. You do custom matches, you can have parties, you can all kind of things, If you add support for, let's say, 200 players, which I know it's pushing it, but not really. But let's just say 200 player max, okay? That's 100 versus 100. That's insane, but I think Bungie, who no longer does it, but 343 or anyone who has, the Halo-ness to understand, could make this work, I think. And I think it'd be a great idea. It sounds crazy. It sounds far-fetched. I know, but it would be great. It would truly, simply be amazing. We're talking about taking the Halo world and making it solely on Spartan training. But in this little training thing, it's an all-out war. And maybe you turn off respawns. Maybe the respawns doesn't happen. Maybe you make it 50 versus 50 on a smaller map. No respawns. Last team standing wins. I could do that too. Large map battles, respawns happen. But respawns, I'll say 5 seconds. I mean, I think that's decent. 6 seconds, we'll say. I think that's decent enough. And then when you respawn, you have loadouts. So you have weapons. You have some weapons. You have to find other ones. You can't just, everybody spawn in with rocket launchers. No. You can pick. Maybe you have 3 loadouts, 2 that you can always have, and a third that only happens if you either get so many kills, or at random you might just start with that loadout. Maybe you just get lucky and start with that energy sword and that shotgun. But every time you won't. Sometimes you're just, have your basic 1 or 2, depending on what you want. And then, you also got so much customization, because you could really make it that you could look however you want. To an extent. You'd still know, they're red, they're blue. Unless you're doing free-for-all. But in a team match, you'd always have this red look to you, this blue look to you. They know you're the enemy. But let's say you want to be a Halo 1 Marine, but your garments have some type of red insignias and red tint to it, so hey, he's a red team Marine. Or let's say it'll be I don't know, an ODST or something. Or let's say it'll be an elite, or a jackal, or a grunt. I know I'm making it really far-fetched by adding all these extra playable characters, but I think it's doable. You know, I think it's really doable. And you just make it, they all have the same amount of life. Don't make it like, oh, you know, grunts are strong. No, no, no. Everybody gets a shield. Everybody has a life. 100 HP. And a shield. There's healing. There's meds. You can even go as far as having a class type system where, you know, maybe somebody wants to play support. You know, go with the ideal of, I'll say, Killing Floor. Killing Floor is a great game. Go with that ideal. Except for maybe there's like 5 classes and you can make a loader for each one. Since you have respawns, you know, you medic, be medic. You don't want to be medic, don't be medic. You want to master in this, master in that. You know, maybe you're a medic and you're going around healing people with the first aid kits from Halo 1. Or maybe you're something else. Maybe you're a different kind of Spartan. You know, give the Spartan armor enough interchangeability where, you know, hey, you know, yeah, I got no helmet, but I got a face. But I'm a Spartan though. Or man, yeah, I don't have all the best pieces. I look like, what was his name? Was his name George? Might have been George. I could be wrong. From Halo Reach. Do something along these guidelines to make that happen. And I think we have a good idea and a good game. But it's just an ideal. Hope you guys enjoyed. I know it's different for me to talk about stuff like this, but I just really want to tell you guys how I feel about it. So hope you guys enjoyed. Maybe Halo Spartan training program will become a thing. Maybe it won't. If it does, 343 Bungie, someone contact me. I have so many ideals. I'm not a programmer, but I have massive ideals. But anyway, guys, hope you guys enjoyed. I'll be signing off. Love you guys. God bless, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out. Peace out.